And if you would just give a brief introduction of yourself, and then I have other questions that I'd like to ask you.
Yeah, thank you, Lynn, for having me. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, so my name is Travis Sharpe, and I've actually been involved with teaching Getting Ahead classes since 2013. I started in kind of a social services office, and then from there, I got a job at our local community college, working in student services there, and I continued. I kind of brought Getting Ahead with me to the college and started teaching classes, teaching kind of on the side during lunchtime, teaching a Getting Ahead class there at our local community college. And then most recently, I am now working at the Washoe County Sheriff's Detention Center. So it's our local jail. It's a short-term holding facility for detainees waiting sentencing or trial, and I've been teaching Getting Ahead while getting out since 2018. So that's kind of a little bit of my journey with Getting Ahead and teaching or facilitating those groups probably for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's amazing. 10 years has gone quickly.
Very quickly.
You're in Nevada, correct? So when you talk about where you are, you're in Nevada.
That's correct. We're in Nevada. I know that the rest of the United States calls it Nevada, but in Nevada, we call it Nevada.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, talk to me a little bit. You said your journey started 10 years ago. So how has that kind of rippled through your own journey professionally?
Yeah, it actually, interestingly, Getting Ahead has given me a lot of my professional opportunities. So for example, when I was, and I was really just part-time at a social services at a very small rural social services department. And one of the administrators from the local community college saw kind of what I was doing there, and she invited me to apply for a job at the community college. And so I saw social capital at work there. And then while I was at the community college in 2018, the governor started a prison education program with some funding behind that. And that's where we started to look into the Getting Ahead while getting out, which led me to teaching those classes as a volunteer at our local jail. And then from there, a job opened up as a chaplain, and I applied for that job, and I've been a chaplain here for about the last 2.5 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had been that long.
Yeah, but it's interesting that my teaching the classes has given me kind of a foot in the door in each of these different places. And I can't say how much I love my job right now, being able to work with detainees, inmates, and working through the reentry process.
Got it. So if we have individuals that are listening to this that are working in colleges or community colleges, what type of social capital did you find you needed on your campus to just put all of this in place?
Yeah, and really, you mentioned social capital, and that has always been the key for me. And early on, when I was facilitating Getting Ahead, I've always seen the power of social capital, which I don't believe I ever really tapped in before. And now I'm constantly looking for opportunities to build social capital. And from the book, it mentions this term favor bank, right? And so for me, building social capital is always about giving of my time and giving of my maybe expertise or helping others out. And I find that that return and investment has paid off more than many times, to be honest. And so for the start, building that social capital at the community college really started with working with administrators to show them the importance and how it can help those in low income backgrounds be successful in college. Because part of the job that I had in student services was to help those students who maybe are first generation college students, meaning they're the first generation that their parents or grandparents did not ever attend college.
Right.
And so oftentimes there's a connection as well with working class or near in or near poverty, right? And so presenting the Getting Ahead classes and saying, this would be a great way to support some of our students who might find it difficult, to be college students, and all the different hoops you have to jump through, getting financial aid and things like that. And it was a success. I found that we were able to see some success with that for sure. And so it really was about getting the buy-in from the administration first of all. And then the second piece was really about getting some other instructors or professors involved in and seeing the importance of classes like this. And from there, we actually have, I still actually teach part-time at the college. And we have two other professors who have been regularly doing these Getting Ahead classes. Now, I don't know that they've done it. They started up since the pandemic, but I know that they do have plans to start that up again, probably next fall.
Yeah, COVID just interrupted a lot of things, didn't it? So it's slowly coming back. People are reinstating. Yeah. On there. Did you use the investigations books, or were you using the Getting Ahead books on the campus?
So we use the Getting Ahead books, and that's probably just because I didn't really go into the investigations and looking into the other opportunities. I know early on I can't remember who was doing it, but I saw someone else that was doing Getting Ahead at a community college. And so I was kind of researching how they did that. That's like 5 years ago now, so I don't recall all of what I remember. Yeah. Got
it. So as you think back over your 10 years, do you have one or two stories you could share about an investigator?
Yeah. So my favorite story to talk about, and he has a video, I believe, on YouTube under the AHA process, and his name is Randy Stubbs, and he was actually one of the investigators in my very first Getting Ahead while Getting Out classes that I facilitated. And it was really amazing. He really took to the curriculum and really was digging in and asking good questions and seeing how it related to his own life, especially the topics of social capital. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember all the ones that he was talking about, but it always seems like social capital is one of those that kind of like some ideas start clicking. And from there he was released from his time that he had served, and he started working so I'm in Reno, Nevada. That's northern Nevada, and he was working and doing pretty well. And he decided that he wanted to return home to Las Vegas, which was a big jump because that's kind of where he was previously getting in trouble. But he connected with his wife, who he was previously married to, but they divorced. They actually got remarried. He got reconnected with his two girls, and he got a job on the it was like the laborers union, and he actually helped build the Raider Stadium in Las Vegas. Wow. And I've visited him since a few times, and he's doing really good. We kind of catch up and have some things in common like football, and so he's just an amazing example of how someone with some support afterwards too. I think that's key, is that having that ongoing support was really a key part of his success story. Yeah.
Good. And I had the opportunity to meet Randy at one of the conferences. So thank you for that update.
Yeah, for
To hear
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
So
some
there
of,
actually there might be a few more things that I can just talk about on
yes.
how so one of the things that we were able to do this semester, so this spring semester at our community college, was we were able to turn our Getting Ahead While Getting Out class into a 1-credit college class.
Oh,
Yeah, and so that was really exciting, and it was a lot of work. So I really cashed in a ton of social capital to make this happen. I got the dean of our social sciences division involved, and as well as she's like the coordinator for a college success class at our school, and the class is called EPY, which isn't really important, but the class teaches freshman college students kind of the success skills, not just in college but in life. And there's so much overlap to that, and that's a class that I've taught as well at the community college, a regular 3-credit class. And so there's so much overlap, and so I was talking to the coordinator and asking if there's a way that we could make that class a Getting Ahead class, but like a shorter 1-credit version of that class. And she, she was talking with the dean and different things, and they're already like totally bought into the whole Getting Ahead idea, and
right.
a lot of them are actually we teach the day 1 and the day 2 Getting Ahead for middle class folks and teachers and things.
Oh, bridges work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We've been offering that at the community college, so a lot of professors are aware of it, and so we were able to come up with that 1-credit class, and then I put together a syllabus, a college syllabus that basically is just modules 1 through 11 in the book, and just using a lot of the questions, because so the college class requires a certain amount of writing. So I just use a lot of the discussion questions in the book that the students would have to answer for assignments, because a lot of the time, we would get to some of the discussion questions in class, but not all of them. And so they would do that writing, and then the final was basically putting together the SMART plan and the 72-hour stability plan that the Getting Ahead While Getting Out talks about. And so it worked really well. We just finished the semester. I had 12 students for the pilot class.
Wow.
And and they all passed. I only had to give 1 C, but the rest were A's and B's. And it was a great opportunity to bring kind of the Getting Ahead While Getting Out in a kind of college format.
What a great innovative idea. I'm so happy to hear it. Good.
Yeah. And what I'd like to say about, so I've been teaching the Getting Ahead While Getting Out here at the jail for like the last 4 years, but there's something really different about the college class, right? And a lot of, actually only one of my 12 students had ever even taken a college class before, and that student did take a class at our community college. So all the rest of them have never been to college. I've never taken a college class, and it was so meaningful for them to say, I am a college student, and I finished a college student, and we talked about that at our Getting Ahead graduation. And we had a lot of people, a lot of administrative staff come. We had the undersheriff, we had some chief deputy sheriffs, and we had our, a lot of important people came down to see our class graduate. And it was really, it was so meaningful to say that they are a Getting Ahead graduate and a college student, because that college enrollment lasts for a full year. And so many of them are planning to take some classes at our local community college. And what's great, I think the beautiful partnership about Getting Ahead and community college is that community colleges offer a lot more educational opportunities that aren't simply academics, right?
Yeah.
So for example, our community college offers things like diesel mechanics and auto mechanics and welding and machine operating and different, we actually have the Tesla Gigafactory up here in Northern Nevada, and
Oh,
we have
okay.
a partnership with Tesla. Oh, the community college has a partnership with Tesla for production techs and things like that. And so there's a lot of kind of vocational, or what do they call it, career technical education opportunities at the college
Sure.
to offer folks who maybe don't feel that they're, they're an academics type of student. And so it's just encouraging to see that. And then we had a representative from the college come to our graduation, talk about all the, educational opportunities at the community college, and just talked about, and really he's also going to be the coordinator for all of the prison education folks. So if they want to come from here and they just need a helping hand, which most people do, to figure out how to enroll in college classes, or what do I even want to enroll in? What am I good at? And so we had a good kind of warm handoff there, and not everyone, but majority of my students are looking forward to meeting with that college advisor to talk about opportunities.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, thanks for putting that together and really giving a vision to those investigators.
For sure. Yeah.
Any last thoughts that you want to give? Is what I really hope is people are listening and getting ideas, and they too can innovate.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to just answer anyone's questions on, how they could get involved with their local community college, because, to be honest, all the different, it was a big investment of my time to make these bridges and to build the social capital. And so I do have lots of different ideas. I don't think one size fits all type of thing. I think each person might have a different approach on how they could get connected with their community college to provide something like this. And so I definitely have some ideas. And so, I'd love to leave my contact information. Email is always best, because I'm always running around here in the detention center. So the phone calls aren't always possible.
Okay. Thank you. We will put that information up and share. Great. Well, Travis, again, thanks for sharing today and for taking the time and all the wonderful things you're doing.
Lynn, I appreciate your time. Yeah, it was wonderful to be here to share with you.